Have you ever thought about how much impact professors can have on the world? I mean, like a real ripple effect.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's pretty amazing when you think about it.
Well, we are diving deep into that today, looking at all the ways professors make a difference. We are working from a text titled, How Professors Can Change the World, a case study of how.
Catchy title?
Right. But here's the thing.
What's that?
The details of the case study are missing.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Makes you wonder what could have been so powerful, right? Like, what example could perfectly show how a professor can change the world?
Exactly. What if we were writing the missing case study?
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Let's explore all the ways professors can leave their mark. I mean, research is the obvious starting point,
Hmm.
but we're not just talking about any research.
Definitely not. I mean, think about it. Professors are right there on the cutting edge, pushing the boundaries of what we know. Like, there's synthetic biology.
Synthetic biology.
Yeah, where professors are basically designing new life forms. It's incredible and kind of scary at the same time.
It's getting into some pretty deep philosophical territory there, right?
Right. And then there's behavioral economics, where they're uncovering these hidden biases that control how we make
Oh
decisions.
yeah, like all those cognitive biases we don't even realize are affecting us.
Exactly. That's the kind of stuff that has real-world implications. This isn't just ivory tower research.
So designing new life forms, rewiring our brains.
Mm.
How does a professor even begin to tackle these big questions?
Well, it takes a lot of work, a lot of time, for sure. First, they've got to secure funding. That means grants, partnerships, maybe even venture capital, if their work has commercial potential.
So it's not just about having a brilliant idea, it's about the business side of things too.
Oh, absolutely. Then there's the actual research itself. That often means years of experimentation, data analysis, and of course, the peer review
Peer
process.
review. Sounds brutal.
Oh, it can be. It's like having other experts tear your work apart. But, it's essential. It makes sure the research is top-notch and reliable.
It's like quality control for groundbreaking ideas.
Right. And even after all that, translating the research into real-world applications, that's another hurdle entirely. Like, think about the journey from discovering a potential new drug in a lab to getting it to the people who need it.
Yeah, it's a long road. So it's not just brilliance, it's about tenacity. It's about navigating a really complex system.
It makes me think about the impact professors have on their students, too. It's not just about research. I had this one history professor.
Yeah.
He could make you feel like you were actually learning history, not just reading about it in a textbook.
There's nothing like a great teacher who can bring a subject to life.
It's true. Professors don't just teach facts, right? They teach us how to think critically.
Right. They encourage us to question our assumptions, to analyze information carefully, and to never stop learning.
Those are the skills you need to make a difference no matter what you do in life.
Exactly. It's the foundation for everything.
But I think it's more than just skills. There's a passion that a good professor can ignite in you.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. They make you see that knowledge isn't just something you memorize. It's a tool to understand the world, even change it.
It's empowering.
And that passion, it doesn't just stay in the classroom. Think about professors who become public intellectuals.
Yes. Participating in policy debates, working with think tanks, advising government agencies.
It's like they're taking their expertise and applying it to the real world.
Absolutely. They help shape the conversation on the most important issues.
Climate change, social justice, economic inequality.
It's about more than just giving expert opinions. They're mobilizing movements, sparking public debate, and advocating for real change. It's inspiring.
It really is. Now, let's go back to that missing case study.
Okay, yeah.
If we had to write it, what kind of professor would we pick? What impact would be worthy of a case study on changing the world?
I mean, would it be a scientific discovery?
Oh.
Or a social or political movement they led?
Maybe it's something we wouldn't expect. What if it's about a professor who revolutionized education itself?
Oh, interesting.
Like, they created a totally new way of learning that empowers people all over the world.
Wow, that would be amazing.
Right.
I think the how might be less important than the lasting effect.
Right.
If you had to write this case study, whose story would you tell? What kind of change would your professor have made? It's a good question to think about.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because the power of professors to change the world is real. It's happening right now
Every day.
in labs, classrooms, and communities all around the world.
So true.
So keep exploring, keep learning. Who knows, maybe you'll be the subject of a future case study.
Maybe.
That's all the time we have for this deep dive. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for having me.